we are going to solve some questions based on properties of inverse trigonometric functions. So first question is prove that 2 cot inverse of 3 by 2 plus sec inverse of 13 upon 12 equal to pi by 2. So the left hand side is 2 cot inverse of 3 by 2 plus sec inverse of 13 upon 12. So first let's write this cot inverse in terms of tan inverse. So that becomes 2 tan inverse of reciprocal of this term, that is 2 by 3. Let's write this term as it is, and afterwards we will see how to change this. So 2 tan inverse of 2 by 3 we can write it as tan inverse of 2 by 3 plus tan inverse of 2 by 3. Now to use the property of tan inverse x plus tan inverse of y, we are writing this term as tan inverse plus tan inverse. Now let's check value of xy. If xy is less than 1, we have tan inverse of x plus y, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y as tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy when xy is less than 1. Now here xy is 4 upon 9. xy, both x and y are same, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. So their product becomes 4 by 9, which is less than 1. So that's why we are using this property. So this becomes now tan inverse of 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 divided by 1 minus 2 by 3 into 2 by 3 plus sec inverse, we can write as cos inverse. So cos inverse of reciprocal of the term 12 by 13. Tan inverse of 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 is 4 upon 3. This term is 1 minus 4 by 9 plus cos inverse of 12 by 13. Okay, let's write it as it is. In the next step we will see. So tan inverse of this one is 4 by 3 and 1 minus 9 by 4 is now 9 minus 4 upon 9, that is 5 upon 9 plus, now in the right hand side we have pi by 2. So this we get pi by 2. So whenever we have sin inverse x plus cos inverse x, or tan inverse x plus cot inverse x, or sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x. Now we are getting this term in terms of tan inverse, and if we can write this term as cot inverse, then tan inverse plus cot inverse will give us pi by 2. So let's convert this term into cot inverse. So for that what we need is, let cos inverse of 12 by 13, let's take it as alpha. So we get 12 by 13 equal to cos of alpha. Let's represent this value in right angle triangle. So this is a right angle triangle and let this angle be alpha. So cos alpha is 12 by 13, so adjacent side is 12 and hypotenuse is 13. Now solving this, we get this value as 5. You can solve it. Now I want here a cot alpha. So first let's write tan alpha. Tan alpha is 5 by 12. So cot alpha is 12 by 5. So this alpha will be cot inverse of 12 by 5. Okay. So alpha is cos inverse of 12 by 13. Now in terms of cot inverse, it becomes cot inverse of 12 upon 5. Now we have to check whether we get this value as 12 by 5. Then we will get tan inverse plus cot inverse with the same value, so that we can use the property, and that will be pi by 2. So let's simplify this and let's check. Tan inverse of 4 by 3 divided by 9 by 5, that means divided by 5 by 9 means multiplied by 9 upon 5 plus cot inverse of 12 by 5. So simplifying this, we get, here let's divide by 3. So that becomes 12 by 5. See, we get the same number, tan inverse and cot inverse with same value. And the property says that, so whenever we have the same value but the terms are tan inverse and cot inverse, that is pi by 2. So tan inverse plus cot inverse of x is pi by 2. So that is our right hand side. Okay. Next question is, show that sin inverse of 8 by 17 plus sin inverse of 3 by 5 equal to sin inverse of 77 upon 85. So let's solve this question. So first, let's take sin inverse of 8 by 17 as alpha. So let this be alpha, and sin inverse of 3 by 5, let it be beta. So we get 8 upon 17 equal to sin alpha. First let's complete for alpha and then we will see for beta. So now sin alpha is 8 upon 17. Okay, what we have to prove is, let's first find out what we have to prove. So we are taking this value as alpha and second value as beta, and we have to prove that alpha plus beta is sin inverse of 77 by 85. Now if we transfer this sin inverse to left hand side, we get sin of alpha plus beta as 77 by 85. So we have to prove that sin of alpha plus beta is 77 by 85. Now for this we can use the formula of sin of alpha plus beta. What is the expansion? It is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. So sin alpha cos beta. Now we have value of sin alpha, but we don't have value of cos beta. So solving this, we can find value of cos beta, and the next term is cos alpha sin beta. So in that case we have sin beta, but we don't have cos beta. So again solving this, we can find value of cos beta. So our next step is to find value of cos alpha and cos beta. Using the right angle triangle, we can find the value. Now sin of alpha is 8 upon 17. So this side is, opposite side is 8 and hypotenuse is 17. Now let's find out the remaining side. So to find the remaining side, we have to find the difference of this square since it is a hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square, that is 17 square is 289 minus 8 square, that is 64. That gives us 9 minus 4, that is 5. Here we get 2 and again 2. So 225. And square root of 225 is 15. Therefore, we get value of cos alpha as 15 divided by 17. So now we have value of sin alpha and cos alpha both. Similarly, let's find value of cos of beta. Now 3 by 5 equal to sin of beta. So sin beta is 3 by 5. Let's represent in right angle triangle. If this is beta, then sin beta is 3 by 5. So opposite side is 3, hypotenuse is 5, and solving this side is 4. Therefore cos of beta becomes 4 upon 5. So now we have value of sin beta and value of cos beta as well. Now the next step is to prove that sin of alpha plus beta is 77 by 85. So let's write that. Now sin of alpha plus beta. Let's write the formula. Sin of alpha plus beta is sin alpha multiplied by cos of beta plus cos of alpha into sin of beta. So substituting the value now. Sin of alpha is 8 upon 17 into cos of beta, which is 4 upon 5, plus cos of alpha, that is 15 by 17. multiplied by sine of beta. Sine of beta is 3 by 5. Now in the both term, denominator is 17 multiplied by 5, which is 85. Now here we have 8 into 4, that is 32, plus 15 into 3, that is 45. So that is 77 by 85. See, in the right hand side we have 77 by 85. So we get sine of alpha plus beta equal to 77 by 85. That means writing this sign in right hand side, we have alpha plus beta equal to sine inverse of 77 by 85. But what is alpha? Alpha is sine inverse of 8 by 17 and beta is sine inverse of 3 by 5. So whenever the question is show that, always conclude with the given statement. So this becomes sine inverse of 8 upon 17 plus sine inverse of 3 by 5 equal to sine inverse of 77 by 85. So this question carries 3 marks. But it's really very simple question. Just we need the formula of sine of alpha plus beta. So for that, first find the remaining values of the trigonometric ratios. Let's solve one more question of this type. Show that sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus cos inverse of 12 by 13 equal to sine inverse of 56 upon 65. As it is the same type of question, I have written half of the answer here. So let's see what is the answer. Let this value be alpha and let cos inverse of 12 by 13 be beta. So what we have is sine alpha as 3 by 5 and cos of beta is 12 by 13. Now we have to prove that alpha plus beta is sine inverse of 56 by 65. So that is to prove that sine of alpha plus beta, transferring this sine inverse to left hand side, as 56 by 65. So formula for sine of alpha plus beta is sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sine beta. So we need value of sine alpha cos alpha and sine beta cos beta. So now since we have sine alpha, so representing that in a right angle triangle, if this angle is alpha, sine alpha is 3 by 5, that means opposite side is 3 and hypotenuse is 5. Now solving the triangle, the remaining side is 4. So cos of alpha becomes adjacent side by hypotenuse, that is 4 by 5. Similarly, cos of beta is 12 by 13 now. As cos inverse 12 by 13, we have taken it as beta. Now cos beta means now adjacent side is 12 and hypotenuse is 13. So solving this again, we get this side as 5. So sine beta becomes opposite side by hypotenuse, that is 5 by 13. Now let's find out sine of alpha plus beta and let's check whether it is 56 upon 65 or not. So sine of alpha plus beta, using the formula sine alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sine beta. Now let's substitute the values. Now first value is sine alpha and sine alpha is 3 by 5 multiplied by cos of beta, that is 12 by 13, plus cos alpha, that is 4 by 5 multiplied by sine beta, which is 5 by 13. So in the both the terms, denominator is 5 into 13, that is 65. Now in the first one we have 12 into 3, that is 36, plus 4 into 5, that is 20. So that gives us 56 by 65. We already know the answer here, but just we have to write it. So solving sine of alpha plus beta, that means using the formula, we get this value. So alpha plus beta is now sine inverse of 56 by 65. So the conclusion is, substituting values of alpha and beta, we have sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus cos inverse of 12 by 13 equal to sin inverse of 56 by 65. So this is the answer. Prove that tan inverse of root x equal to 1 by 2 cos inverse of 1 minus x upon 1 plus x. So let's prove this. So the proof is, let value of tan inverse of root x be theta. So what we have is root x equal to tan of theta. So x becomes tan square theta, squaring both sides. Now let's start with the right hand side. So right hand side is 1 by 2 cos inverse of 1 minus x upon 1 plus x. So 1 by 2 cos inverse 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. But 1 minus tan square upon 1 plus tan square theta is formula for cos of 2 theta. So 1 by 2 cos inverse of cos of 2 theta. So 1 by 2, now cos inverse and cos, we get here 2 theta. So this 2 and 2 get cancelled. So we get theta. But theta is tan inverse of root x. So that is tan inverse of root x, and which is our left hand side. So this is the proof. Show that tan inverse of root 1 plus x minus root 1 minus x upon root 1 plus x plus root 1 minus x is equal to pi by 4 minus 1 by 2 cos inverse of x. So here we have the term root 1 plus x and root 1 minus x. So to simplify the term, the standard substitution is cos theta. So let put x is equal to cos theta. So let x is equal to cos theta. That means cos inverse of x is equal to theta. Okay. Now let's substitute x is equal to cos theta in left hand side. Left hand side is tan inverse of root 1 plus x minus root 1 minus x divided by, we have the same terms, but the change is now in between we have plus sign, plus root 1 minus x. So substituting x as cos theta, now we have tan inverse of root 1 plus cos theta minus root 1 minus cos theta divided by root 1 plus cos theta plus root 1 minus cos theta. Now formula for 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos square theta by 2. So this is tan inverse of root of 2 cos square theta by 2 minus 1 minus cos theta is 2 sin square theta by 2. In the denominator also we have the same simplification. 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos square theta by 2 root 2 sin square theta by 2. Now tan inverse of, simplifying this or taking the square root, we can write this as root 2 and square root of cos square is cos of theta by 2 minus root 2 and square root of sin square is sin theta by 2. In the denominator also we have the same term, root 2 cos of theta by 2 plus root 2 sin of theta by 2 equal to tan inverse of cos of theta by 2 minus sine of theta by 2 divided by cos of theta by 2 plus sine of theta by 2. Now let's make this term as 1. So dividing by cos of theta by 2 in the numerator and denominator, cos theta by 2 upon cos theta by 2 becomes 1 minus sin theta by 2 upon cos theta by 2, that is tan of theta by 2. In the denominator also we have the same term, but only changes in between we have positive sign. So now this becomes tan inverse of 1 minus tan inverse of tan of theta by 2. In the derivatives of inverse trigonometric function also we use this property. Now tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4 and this term becomes now theta by 2. So pi by 4 minus theta by 2, that is 1 by 2 into theta. But our theta is cos inverse of x, which is right hand side. Next question is find x. If sine inverse 1 by 5 plus cos inverse x is equal to 1. Now here the question is finding value of x. So let's write this sine to right hand side. So this becomes sine inverse of 1 by 5 plus cos inverse of x is equal to sine inverse of 1. What is sine inverse of 1? Sine inverse of 1 is the angle for which sine is 1. Now sine of pi by 2 is 1. So sine inverse of 1 by 5 plus cos inverse of x is pi by 2. And what is the property of inverse trigonometric function? That we get pi by 2 whenever it is sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x. So it gives us pi by 2. Now you can check the value here. Cos inverse x is same. Now sine inverse x, here we have sine inverse of 1 by 5. So this gives us value of x. So using this property, value of x is 1 by 5. See, very simple question. It carries 2 marks or it can be asked in MCQ type question. Okay. Next question is find x if tan inverse of 2x plus tan inverse of 3x is equal to pi by 4. Now tan inverse plus tan inverse. Let's use the property. And this becomes a tan inverse of, first we have to add the terms. That is 2x plus 3x divided by 1 minus product of these two terms. That is 2x into 3x. And that is given as pi by 4. Now to find value of x, we don't want this tan inverse. So we can write this tan inverse in the right hand side, which will be tan of pi by 4. And tan of pi by 4, that is tan of 45 is 1. Now let's write the bracket here. So we already transferred tan inverse to right hand side. Now this simplification is 2x plus 3x, that is 5x divided by 1 minus this product is 6x square. Tan pi by 4 is 1, but the left hand side is same, 5x upon 1 minus 6x square. Now cross multiply this. So cross multiplying this, we get 5x is equal to 1 minus 6x square. Now let's transfer this term to left hand side so that x square becomes positive. 5x minus 1 plus 6x square equal to 0. Now let's solve this quadratic equation. So starting with x square, the term in x square is 6x square, then term in x and then constant term. So that is 6x square plus 5x minus 1. So 6x square plus 5x minus 1. So to solve this, we need two numbers with product minus 6 and addition as 5. So that is it correct? 6x square plus 5x minus 5. Yes. product is minus 6 and addition is 5. So those numbers are 6 and minus 1. Product is minus 6 and addition is plus 5. So 6x square plus 6x minus x minus 1 equal to 0. Now taking 6x common from first two terms, we have 6x into x plus 1. Take minus 1 common from the last two terms, and now the factors are x plus 1 into 6x minus 1 equals to 0. So x plus 1 is equal to 0 or 6x minus 1 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 1 or 6x is equal to 1, that is x is equal to 1 by 6. So these are the values of x. But the possible value is only 1 by 6. As substituting x is equal to minus 1, in the given question we get tan inverse of minus 2 plus tan inverse of minus 3, and that will not give us pi by 4. So the only permissible value is 1 by 6. Therefore our answer is 1 by 6. So x is equal to 1 upon 6. Let's solve one more question of this type. Find x if tan inverse of x minus 1 upon x minus 2 plus tan inverse of x plus 1 upon x minus 2 equal to pi by 4. So we are using the same technique. We are adding the terms tan inverse plus tan inverse using the formula. Then we will transfer that tan inverse to right hand side, and we will make the term 1 as it is tan of pi by 4. And then we will solve for x. So adding the terms using the property of tan inverse, we get tan inverse of sum of these two terms. So that becomes x minus 1 upon x minus 2 plus x plus 1 upon x, here it is x plus 2 is given, sorry, x plus 2 divided by 1 minus product of these two terms. So that is x minus 1 upon x minus 2 into x plus 1 upon x plus 2, and that is pi by 4. Now let's transfer this tan inverse to right hand side. So the term will be tan of pi by 4, and that will be 1. So let's write it as tan of pi by 4, and in the next step we will write the value. So let's simplify this. So what is the simplification now? The denominators are different. So we get product of these two terms plus product of these two terms divided by product of these two terms. So that is x minus 1 into x plus 2 plus x plus 1 into x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 into x plus 2. This is the numerator. Now let's write the denominator. Denominator is 1 minus product of these two terms divided by these two terms. So that is x minus 2 into taking LCM. X minus 2 into x plus 2 minus x minus 1 into x plus 1 divided by x minus 2 into x plus 2. Now in numerator and denominator we have the same denominator, so we can cancel it. Now let's multiply these terms and these terms. So product of these two terms is now x square plus 2x minus x minus 2. Here we have x square minus 2x plus x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 into x plus 2, that is x square minus 4 minus x minus 1 into x plus 1, that is x square minus 1. And here substituting the value of tan pi by 4 is 1. Now let's add these terms. So what we have here is 2x minus 2x, so it get cancelled. Minus x plus x also get cancelled. So the remaining term in the numerator are 2x square minus 2 is minus 4 divided by, here we have x square minus 4 minus x square minus becomes plus 1. So here x square and minus x square get cancelled. So we have minus 4 plus 1, that is minus 3. So 2x square minus 4 upon minus 3 equal to 1. So we have 2x square minus 4 cross multiplying, it is minus 3. So 2x square is equal to minus 3 plus 4. So 2x square is equal to 1. So x square is equal to 1 by 2. So taking square root, x is plus or minus 1 by root 2. So this is your today's assignment. Prove that sine inverse of minus 1 by 2 plus cos inverse of minus root 3 by 2 equal to cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. Using properties of trigonometric function, this will be minus sine inverse of 1 by 2. This is pi minus cos inverse of root 3 by 2. Solve LHS. Similarly, for this also you can use pi minus cos inverse of half. Write that and you will get the equality. Now here we have pi by 2. So convert any of this term into sine inverse. And that will be sine inverse plus cos inverse with the same value, and it will be pi by 2. And for the third one, take this as alpha, write cos alpha. Take this as beta, then write sine of beta. And find the remaining trigonometric ratios, and then use cos of alpha minus beta equal to cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta, and you will get the answers. Okay, we will see in the next video.